we've got an absolutely insane murder mystery on our hands in today's episode of Exhausted Reviews, where I'm exhausted and I make reviews. Now, I know we didn't review Undead Murder Farce last week. I was a little bit busy, so today we're going to do a nice little double Wambo Cambo combo pack of episode 9 and 10 of Undead Murder Farce. So guys, leave a like if you've been watching this show and keeping up with it, and let me know what you think about these two episodes in the comments down below, because we got a werewolf among us, guys. Hold the phone, stop the presses. We got a werewolf time, and the episode 9 starts off really brutally with a werewolf and her little daughter just being absolutely torched, completely just scorched down by these villagers. You know, people that hate what they don't understand, and in the world of monsters, the werewolves gotta go. Monsters gotta go. People do be racist against monsters. We've seen people be racist against less. So that's just the way that the world works. And of course, our home slices, Mr. Tsugaru, Shizuku, and Aya are all pulling up, and it's kind of funny because we get the whole rundown on werewolves. And in this universe, there's actually a few different kind of werewolves. So the werewolves have different forms. So there's humans, the wolf form, and then the therianthrope. So the human is obviously the human form. The wolf obviously is the wolf form, but the therianthrope is what we more associate with the iconic sort of werewolf of the humanoid, bestial, big, angry, I got hands for claws type beat, like American werewolf in London type energy. And it's basically like the power level too. So humans, they're weak, they're not very strong. Wolves, they're fast, nimble, have a little bit more strength, and then therianthropes are just like absolute units. So it is honestly pretty insane. Their skin and the fur, it becomes so hard, even bullets can't penetrate it. And we actually see something very interesting in the next episode that we'll get to when it comes to how to take down a werewolf. And it's actually kind of hilarious because we see this guy, somebody is calling for, he's like, well, Louise, where are you? And he pulls up and is like, oh, well, we're looking for the village. Dude has literally got his Glock pulled up in the back. And he's like, oh, you guys are detectives. We need your help. There's a werewolf coming. So, everything is really just lining up. He's like, yeah. So, every 4 months, a werewolf has been coming to kidnap our daughters, and we don't know what to do about it. So, yeah, can you please stop our children from being devoured? And, yeah, nice and freaking disgusting looking right there. And a lot of this episode is just the investigations. We see the most recent murder, mystery, kidnapping has been Louise. Louise has been missing. Her window is empty. It looks like something came in through the chimney. That's what they discovered through their investigation. She's in a wheelchair. I feel like that has some importance to it. And the painting, we'll have to see who that came from, because this is a very rural village, and they don't exactly have a lot of paintings. And so this is actually part of my favorite part of this episode, where Shizuku says, hey, tells Shizuku, hey, tell her to bring something about the size of me that's alright to get dirty. And so, after the investigation of I locked the windows, this one was open, blah 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 blah, the glass is on the outside, so that means somebody jumped out from inside the room. And I feel like these two are also kind of abusive too, because they don't seem to be, they seem really weary. There was some signs of neglect, we'll say, happening. Like, they didn't really check up on her a lot. And so he's like, all right, try dropping the item. And she's got this little, she's not even touching it too, which makes it even more hilarious. She's not even touching the thing that she pulled over to drop. And then she drops it, and we get all that suit coming in. And she's like, bro, that's my pillow. Shizuku is just so mean, and we love her for that. She is such a goat. And, we're matching up bite marks in the room with bite marks of her clothing, and yeah, we've got the same culprit. Something just came in here, made a mess, took the girl, and dipped. That is the scene we have been led to believe. But all the blood is on the bed, and there's no blood on the outside of the house. So what is going on? It seems like they brought a bag to capture and kidnap her so she wouldn't be able to bleed and leave a blood trail. So what is going on here? So yeah, there's a lot happening here, a lot of investigations, a lot of setup, a lot of small details that I don't have time to comb through, because I'm probably not as smart as rindou. I think I'm feeling pretty confident in saying that. So we're just gonna have to wait and see what this racist old man has to say, because he's like, well, you guys are monsters, so I don't give a fuck. Get out of my village. And she's like, well, what if we can solve the jewels? What if we can solve the riddle? Will you help us use the diamond? And he's like, fine. If you guys can find a murder suspect within 2 days, I will let you guys. I will teach you guys how to use the diamond because I'm a racist old man. And who do we have getting off the train? You guys will never believe it. It is the goddamn Americans. Are they gonna show her gun? I don't know. I don't know if they show her gun. Yeah, bro. The goddamn Americans are here, y'all. I can't believe it. The freaking Americans have pulled up. I can't believe it. We're in a werewolf village in London, and they got the freaking cowboy and the black lady. I think it's actually a man. I guess we'll have to find out in the next episode, starting now. Because, yeah. Guys, this werewolf nonsense. Before we even get into this episode, guys, you gotta leave a like for some werewolf nonsense. Because these murders are happening every 4 months. It's like some kind of cycle. I mean, it's almost like the cycle of the moon is my guess. I believe the moon cycles through its phases roughly every 4 months. Am I wrong? No, I'm wrong. I think there's a new moon every like month-ish or so. Sorry, I was wrong. Just another case of me being dumb. Hope you guys enjoy that. You know, that's what you guys come here for, is to see me be dumb and talk about anime. And if you don't, then let me know what you're here for, because I don't know what else you would be here for besides that. And so yeah, we get this, and again, the presentation of this show is unmatched. Because while he's talking, we keep seeing these scenes of like, these kaleidoscope scenes of people spinning, getting like pots banged on their head and stuff. And it's like, you know, this is the wolf form, and then we see the lycanthrope form, which is like, this guy is basically telling us that the werewolves are literally like breeding out the impurities of other werewolves. You know, they're not even resistant to, they don't even get affected by bullets and silver anymore. So apparently these werewolves are just really just pumping out like the big beefy macho Hulk wolves, and these, you know, the only places that they are still weak to is fire, naturally, and, you know, eyes and mouth are still very vulnerable. And he's like, bro, you know, the Kinsfer is like the super ultra god werewolf. That's what they're trying to build. That's what they're trying to make. And so yeah, we learn the story about the little girl and the werewolf at the beginning of episode 1. And the story is that there was a lady who was pregnant in a field, and she was all bloody, and they found her, thinking she was a normal person. Turns out she was a werewolf, and her daughter was a werewolf too. So they said, sorry, we gotta kill you and burn you alive. That's just the rules. That's how we do things here. You try that in a small town, right? And so they investigate this artist lady, and she's like, you know, my family went to art school. I have a very nice family, and I went to art school too. And she's like, actually, you're a filthy liar. And she's like, bro, you're lying about coming from a family of artists. You're holding that charcoal like a pencil. A real artist would have held it with 2 fingers. You're a filthy liar. And yeah, we get a bit more investigation going on. I don't want to go through every single conversation just because it would be a waste of time. But this conversation was hilarious because she's like, you know, the push handle on that girl's wheelchair was pretty clean, but the arms, the wheels, the armrests, they were all freaking nasty as shit and used and worn. So nobody was pushing this little girl around. What's the deal with that? Huh? Why? And then it's like, oh well, one time she left her house and got her wheelchair stuck in the mud, and that was the only time people came to her. I don't know. People liked her. They said she was the guardian angel of the village. She was the first person to even suss out that the girl and the werewolf were actually werewolves, I guess, because, you know, she pulled up one day and she was like, hi, welcome back. And, you know, she shoved some flowers in her face, and that caused her ears to pop out. And it's actually kind of funny because apparently, where do we find this? At some point while she was walking, how did she find out about this? That the girl was the werewolf. So it turns out that while she was out one day, the mom mistook her for her and was like, hey, you know, don't let those stinky flowers get you, or your ears might show. And so that's when the little girl in the wheelchair, which I don't know how you confuse her for her when she's in a wheelchair. That doesn't make sense. How do you confuse your daughter for a completely separate person who is actually in a wheelchair? Like, I feel like that's a distinguished, something like a pretty distinguishing feature that you wouldn't be able to get confused. So, regardless, you know, we get the situation, and it seems like something is boiling up here. Because, you know, Shizuku's looking up, he's looking up, and she's looking like, you know, there's interesting flavor coming in. And all of a sudden, you know, we hear these cowboys come in, and then we get, oh man, you know, racist versus monsters. This guy doesn't even, like, understand, like, what is going on. That whole, like, scene right there, it's just so fun. I love the way Tsugaru fights. I love the care they put into his actions. Him casually tossing the cup at her for her to deflect it while while Shizuku moves Aya, and him just kicking that entire table. It's honestly hilarious. I love it. It's great. I don't know why the episode restarted, but you know, they make a truce. They make a truce with them, and you know, I'm so tired of these great monster racists. So she's like, "I'll shoot you dead," and I was like, "Bro, that is the funniest joke I've heard in a long time. You should be a comedian because the way you got me laughing so hard right now." And yeah, we get this. This is definitely gonna be in the thumbnail. This scene that we see right here of Tsugaru getting his daily fix, we'll call it, and Shizuku getting madly jealous. And you know, while they're talking, bro, it turns out the artist lady. I don't know what's going on. I feel like this is a lie. She's like, oh yeah, I ate her, I kidnapped her, it was actually me, sorry guys. It's all very, very, very convenient, so I'm not sure what's going on. I feel like that's not even her. And then boom, we get a gold lycanthrope. Actually kind of insane, and she fucking dips, gets shot by the silver bullet, shrugs it off like it's nothing, and just runs away. So we've got ourselves a super werewolf on us. And as they're running, we get a nice little fight scene. You know, Bros is literally fighting an entire man-wolf out here looking like werewolf by night. Tries to kick him, and he's like, damn, that's hard. And so, yeah, these guys are pretty evenly matched in strength. And this werewolf is a lot smarter than you think, because, you know, he's like, okay, how about I'm gonna go for Shizuku. And so we get this beautiful scene of her trying to come after her, shoots her, hits it, and she's like, alright, fuck your cage user, tosses her into the river. Shizuku jumps in, is able to narrowly make the save, but unfortunately, yo, it's actually crazy. The waterfall takes her away, guys. And that's actually had me hyped. She just fell into the abyss, the bottom of the waterfall where the werewolf village is located. Y'all, I don't know what is going on, but this is some crazy stuff. This actually had me hyped. She sacrificed herself to save the love of her life. But yo, Shizuku actually going out like a goat. Probably not dead, but still, you know, she is a real one. Y'all would be lucky to have a woman even half the woman as Miss Shizuku is. So this werewolf is smart and cunning. That was so meticulously calculated that like he's trying to just like she's trying to get the players off the board one by one. And this is honestly just like scary, guys. Like the werewolf is immune to silver and bullets, and like can shrug off punches from Tsugaru, the guy who went kind of almost maybe kind of Tsugaru landed a couple solid blows on Jack the Ripper, like, and Jack the Ripper is like part immortal, part vampire, part Oni. So like, what the hell is going on with this fucking werewolf, man? That's all super curious. And that's not even to mention that the banquet is here too. I don't know, while they're out investigating the woods. I'm not sure exactly where in the episode it is. I just watched it, so I'm not like, but yeah. Oh, it's right here. So yeah, the banquet is here too. It's actually kind of insane. So yeah, I feel like banquet is somehow involved in this whole werewolf suddenly emerging situation. I don't know. We'll see. Frankenstein's here. We got our homegirl Carmilla and our boy Alistair. So guys, what is gonna happen in these next 2 episodes? Let me know if you guys want me to review the episode next week. I probably might not be able to. Things have just been really busy for me, but I would love to. So just let me know what you guys would like to see. Leave a comment down below. What do you guys think is going to happen? I would love to hear you guys' theories, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.